This episode is brought to you by Americas Rehab Campus. Get on the road to recovery with the best rehab in beautiful Arizona. Dial 1-833-272-7342. That's 1-833-ARC-REHAB.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Armor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the Arcast. My name is Buddha, and I'm in the studio today with one of my homeboys. I saw him posting on Facebook last week, right before I started scheduling all these episodes, and I was like, yo, man. He started posting that he's been doing really good in his recovery. He looks good. He's swole as a mug right now in the studio. I had to tell him to stop lifting everything in here, but we're here. He's here today, man. He came all the way down from Phoenix. He's got marks on his hands from doing all this, from lifting, man. He's a beast. So he has a testimony. He's here to share it with you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to my homeboy, Daniel Finney.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, we knocked out a bunch of episodes, and in the next 3 weeks, I got 16 scheduled for the next 3 weeks. So just trying to knock as many out.
Of course.
And you know how God works, bro. Oh. We got everything scheduled and organized, and all I kept thinking was, man, what a beautiful way to start this, to have my homeboy in here, be able to talk about your testimony. And it was crazy. I started reminiscing and thinking about all these things back in the day, man.
I think the last time I saw you, I was drinking a bottle of Crown backstage at Club Red.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're definitely a different cat back then.
Yeah, man, wearing my my punk vest and.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That is right.
Yeah, man.
A lot of famous logos. You were like rocking Famous a lot too.
Nah, F for Finney.
For Finney. Well, there you go. But I remember that.
It was all over everything. It was. It's on my neck too. So.
That's cool, dude.
But I mean, first and foremost, give it up to the man upstairs.
Amen. We
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the grace of God, honestly.
Man.
But I mean, to come in here and share my story and show people that there is a way out of wherever you're at. You're never too far gone.
Yeah.
You know, like let's touch on this. 2 years ago, April 1st, I was living in my truck, drinking myself to death.
2 years ago, April 1st. So we're talking like right after COVID, around that time.
Yeah. Right when everything was starting to open back up, right?
Yeah.
So I was drinking myself to death. Like, if there was something, I took it because I didn't care, right?
Man.
Hitting rock bottom and seeing your mother's faith lost in you, like her son is not there no more. I drove myself to detox, and I did a blackout week where you can't, no phones, no nothing. You can't get a hold of anybody. No one can get a hold of you. I didn't tell anyone where I was going because I was just like, I'm out. I'm gonna go take care of this. I got there, and then once it was over, I pulled up to my mom's house, and she's literally on the phone with the police saying, I think he's dead. I don't know where he's at. I haven't heard from him. And she saw me get out of the car and started crying. He's here, da, da, da.
Oh, man.
I walk up to her, and I stop her, and I give her a big hug, and I grabbed her. I said, look at me. She looks at me. I said, look, you got your son back. And she cries so happy. And she's kept that smile.
Wow.
These 2 years.
How long has it been now, brother, that you've been sober?
It's going to be 2 years completely sober on April 1st, but I've been sober off of hard stuff.
And that's not an April Fool's joke, bro.
It's not. No. 1st. I could make some funny ones, but it'd be very disrespectful to the recovery community to make. No, it just so happened that was the day.
Well, dude, let's go back because I think the best thing is for people to be able to relate to your story and find a little piece of themselves in your story. You know what I mean? To be able to relate. So before any of this happened, take us back to your childhood. Are you from Arizona? Are you born?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was born in Arlington.
Okay.
I grew up out there until I was about 8 years old. My mom got remarried, moved us out to South Phoenix. So from Dallas, Texas to South Phoenix, it was a trip.
Did you have any other siblings growing up?
I do. I have some stepbrothers. I have one full sister and then some half brothers back in Texas.
Okay.
Never really, only close with my sister, really. The rest of it is like we didn't really, I did my own thing.
And what ended up happening that your mom and dad separated, your biological father?
They were young.
They're just young.
They were young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My dad, the reason I'm here is because my dad bought a new batting glove instead of my mom's birth control. Thank God for baseball.
I'm reluctant to ask whether or not he's still in the industry or not playing baseball.
No, he is not. He's a youth pastor in
Hey, there
Texas
you go.
now.
Hey, God uses different people,
Hey,
bro.
man. Yeah. And he went through an addiction, his own addiction story as well, you know.
Okay.
My mom was really adamant about getting my sister and I out of Texas, you know, and she found a man she loved. They were together for a long time. He really provided for the family, but me being an ornery ass punk rock teenager, I was like, oh, fuck you, man. Like,
Because tonight will be the night. I always think about that. So you guys came down to Phoenix. How did you guys have any family or anyone down here? Or was it just like a complete move?
so, man, all right. You want to hear some like redneck shit?
Please.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So my mom met my dad, had me and my sister. My aunts met this dude and had some kids. All four of them all got divorced, right?
Okay.
They both came to each other and got remarried. So my uncle became my stepdad.
Oh my God.
And my cousins became my brothers.
Okay.
And I was like, Mom, what do I call him? And she's like, anything but Uncle Mike. It was wild, dude.
Wow.
It was wild. But, you know, in hindsight, man, I wish I would have shown him more respect. I wish I would have shown him that I appreciated what he was doing, more love.
Yeah.
Because I didn't love him until after he overdosed on Oxycontin.
Oh no, he passed away.
He did, yeah.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
The whole family, drug issues, man.
So that did your mom ever have substance abuse issues?
She said she had one stint with cocaine where she sold everything she owned within like a 3-month period, and that's the only thing she ever went through with that. I mean, she smokes bud.
Yeah.
You know, she drinks her tequila at night, but she's an old retired lady. Let her do what she wants.
Yeah. And, well, I think a lot of people, the difference between normies and people that are in recovery is that they're able to stop. Or,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or wake up tomorrow and do something.
Yeah, absolutely. not taking a whole week off to recover type of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Man, all right. So as far as your academics go, when you were in Phoenix, were you a good student, like starting off, or were you just a travieso from the moment you hit Phoenix?
Homie, I'm a thug.
Yeah,
I'm a recovered thug.
a recovered thug.
I didn't like school. I dropped out after not even through the first semester of freshman year and got my GED right away. Started working labor.
Okay.
You know, like I was like, I don't want this.
Hard shit, bro.
If there is a easy road and a hard road, I said I like that hard road.
Yeah. Damn, working in the sun in Phoenix, dude.
My goodness, doing demoing out tile and hardwood floor. And you know what was even worse is like you withdraw halfway through the day because you need your fix and you can't get away from the boss's eye to go get right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
so there was no music, there was nothing like that, no aspirations of that. It was just kind of thrown into that position, like just they gotta get out, get the. You said you got a GED, right?
yeah, I got my GED right away.
But why did you jump right into that type of workforce? Just
Money.
money,
Just
wanted
to get the
paid?
money. But I also did put out a hip hop album when I was 16.
Okay.
I want to say. I think 16. It's called Lost Angels. I did it with one of my homeboys and learned very quickly I am not a rapper.
It's all good, bro. Man, okay. So you did that. You started working. How long did you do that for? At what age was that?
15.
15 years old.
Well,
Bro.
2005, I was 16.
Did you have a record or anything at the time? Not rap, but like police?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got charged with criminal burglary when I was 13. Hey, it wasn't me.
Okay.
So my cousin and I, we broke into our elementary school.
Okay.
And we were like, yo, we want to go play on the computer because we're 13 years old. So we broke into the school and logged in under our own names.
So say, damn, bro, you like school that much? Bro?
Yeah, right.
On a Saturday?
So, of course, we're being dumb kids. Then we went and tore shit up after we were done on surfing on the web and stuff like that, you know? So,
Wow.
Then they called us and hit me. I got put on probation until I was 18.
Dang.
I did 6 months county juvenile. I went in with bright red hair. When you get in there, they make you wash your hair. You can't say, no, I'm good. I'm not going to wash my hair. It turned pink. So I'm a kid with pink hair in juvie.
Man.
The most uncomfortable ass situation.
Damn, that's crazy. How old were you when you guys did that?
We were 13.
13 years old.
I was 13. He was like 11.
It's funny the shit that you do when you're young, huh?
Gosh, right?
And as far as, you know, the relationship with your family at this time, with your mom, your sister, has that always been a good connection, or was there times where
always great, man? My mom, my sister, and I, we have been like a triangle for each other. It's us always. It'll never break. You can't get us to not be for each other, right? Now, that's probably where maybe my addiction had kind of started, because my mom's a stoner, right? So
always has been, just
always my whole life, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know until I was like 9 or so, and I wasn't hip to it for real until about 12 or 13.
Okay.
And I smoked some weed, and I was like, I like this. This feels good. You know what I'm saying? Man. So it was just, it was smoking pot all the time.
What did your mom do when she found you smoking pot?
She said, you can't smoke around me until you're 14. And then she bought me a bong.
That's crazy. I mean, I think about, you know, like you said, young parents, bro. I look now as a father, right, with my kids, right? And it's such a weird thing how you think when you're so young that these adults have all their shit together. They know the most depths of wisdom as you can get, and they obviously do. They have cars, they have jobs, they do all this. But then when you become a parent, you realize like nobody knows shit about anything, dude.
We're all winging it.
Yeah, we're all winging, just trying our best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at 14, I mean, you had your bong, you're doing this, you're getting ready to graduate at this point, GED, working.
That's when I started really failing in school, is when I started smoking pot on an everyday basis. I would stop going to class. I would ride the bus to school, but walk directly off campus and go party all day and then get back on the bus to go home. Yeah. That was my ride, you know, so I really said F school, and, you know, you don't need to teach me nothing. I'm smart enough, blah, 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 you know, ornery kid. But being able to have that freedom, I got way more introduced to cocaine and mushrooms and ecstasy at that age.
Okay. Your mom, you said your mom, she was remarried at this time?
Yes.
She was. And was she able to give you like the attention that you needed, like with your school stuff? Like, did she know you were kind of falling like adrift, or was she real busy with stuff? Because I know from me, for example, my mom was so busy. She was just like, did you do your homework? Did you do this? It's like, yep, I did. I did it.
You can tell them you did, yeah. No, she knew. She knew I was like, not for it. I didn't like it. I didn't want to be a part of it. She was like, go figure yourself out. Just do it all before you turn 18, please. And before you're an adult, go figure yourself out. And
there was no relationship with your biological pops at this point at all?
No, not really. I mean, I would go like spend a summer out there with him and stuff like that. But I'm more close with him now. I'm just curious, do you think that played a role in your using? It could have, subconsciously. I don't know. I've done therapy, but that never came out. No. Man. My mom was like my dad. Yeah. My mom, you know, and I was cool with it. My sister had the issue of the daddy issue thing, and I didn't. Okay. You know. And you guys have the same father, right? Yeah. Yeah. So how long did you stay doing that? Like, after you were working, was there a time where your drug use became a hindrance? Like, you were unable to just keep up with it? You know what I'm saying? I have had every single job you could ever imagine. Yeah. Because I would rack up a couple paychecks and I would quit. And I would go party for a week, and then I'd have to find a new job. Wow. I've worked fast food. I've worked line cook. I've worked construction. I've worked, waiting tables, picking out trash, you know, like you name it, I've done it. So when people see, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, because I had a hard life and I had to figure it all out, you know. Yep. Yeah, so, man, I think there's a beauty, though, to being a hard head. They say a hard head makes a soft ass, right? But it's like, you know, you learn. One of the things that I always tell my daughter, because my daughter is a hard head, it's like, you know what? Or I tell my wife, mind you, like, you know, once she learns her lesson, you don't have to worry about her anymore. It just takes her having to get to that point. Because they have our toughness. Yeah. Absolutely. They got to figure it out for themselves. And how long did you ever, you know, was opiates and stuff like that? Was that a part of your story? Did you get into it? So here we go. Okay. Now we're getting into it. Nitty gritty. The nitty gritty. All right. So I went to Mesa Amphitheater on the date 6606, right? Ooh. Ah, right. Wow. There's more to this. Okay. So I took my sister to see this band, Him. You know, the Artogram logo.
That's with Bam
Bam
Margera.
Margera,
Yeah.
that band from Sweden.
Yep.
I took my sister. She really liked it. I was a juggalo at the time.
Okay.
So I'm there, and of course, to get to the front of an ICP crowd, you got to be tough and you got to move people.
And have some Fago on you at the same time.
And have some Fago on you. Well, that's when the show starts. But I got me and my buddy on the rail for this, I want to call it emo rock band or whatever, you know what I mean? And in the middle of their set, they asked everyone to chant Hail Satan in Latin. So me and my boy did it like death metal, punk rock style. And he was like, oh, these guys got it over here. Yeah. I went to leave that concert and I went to run across the street to get to my car. If anyone knows Mesa Amphitheater, you know where they pull the buses in and out, that street. I ran across that street. Instead of looking the correct direction for traffic, I did not. And I got hit by a cargo van.
Damn.
And I broke my back. So 3 slip discs, 2 out of place ribs. My sacrum was cracked down the middle. They had to solder my nerves in my spine. I was on bed rest for 2 years. So what's that show that just came out about the opioid crisis?
Oh, the Dope Sick.
Dope Sick. I was that.
You were part of the...
They were feeding me Oxycontins and Xanax and Somas and morphine, and I'm 16, dude.
Breakthrough pain? Just getting rid of some of that breakthrough pain?
Breakthrough pain, like I want to be nodding again.
Damn,
you know,
man.
if I hadn't been so young, you know, maybe I wouldn't have gone that way. But that's my story. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where you're using those pills. Okay, now I need 2. Okay, now I need 3. Oh shit, now I need 4 every time I take them. Then you're out. And your doctor's like, well, legally, I can't give you no more right now.
Man.
So what do? Hey, there's something called heroin. You turn, you're like, yo, I need some black tar, like right now, because I'm sick as all get out. I know the wrong right people.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like my whole crew I used to run with was all raised in around Aryan Brotherhood and all the Hells Angels and, you know, like bikers and shit like that. So it was prevalent. It was there.
That's so scary. Like, how old are you, dude, if you don't mind me asking?
34.
34. Okay. Man, it's just nuts to think how so many people, even our age, have experienced that, like with the pharmaceutical companies just giving those things out like candy. You know what I mean? And then you think about now, like just up how shit is like fentanyl's like $1 a pill out in the streets.
Dude,
right now.
I
and all
am
this shit.
so happy that all my shit happened before this. I would not be alive.
Thank God, bro.
Because of how much I used to take, and I'm a big dude. Looking at me, you wouldn't think I weigh 300 pounds right now, but I'm there.
Bro.
You know, like I'm a fit dude now, but man, if I was going with that fentanyl,
that's crazy.
Game over.
So did you have any sense of recovery before that? Like had gone into treatment centers or anything?
Yeah, I went to detox a few times, but it felt more like jail.
Okay.
You felt like you were in a jail lockup. You know what I mean? You got little smoke breaks every now and then where you would be able to go out, but you're still in a cage. And then when I finally did it right, I went to this place in Chandler. And you got your own room. You got recliners to go and like chill out and watch a movie in. Real people cooking you food, like real food.
Yeah.
You're free to go in and out of the smoking area as you please, you know, as long as you let someone know. And it was an assisted detox, you know, medically assisted taper down off of stuff. So that one, if I hadn't gone there, I don't know if I would have caught the correct wave of how to be sober.
Man. And how many years? So from how old were you when you got into that accident?
16.
16. So from 16 to in your 30s.
Now let's back it up because I started smoking pot 12. 13, right? So on a daily basis.
Man, so it was on top of the opiate use, you were still...
Over 20 years, would that be over 20 years using something?
Man.
You know, people say, hey, what's your DOC? I say more.
Yeah?
Just give me more. What is it? I don't care. If it gets me high, I'll take it.
Wow, man. And what about like faith? Like, was that ever a part of your life? That's crazy. It's crazy to hear that, you know, with the hymn band, that there's people who do, like, I remember when we performed with Tech in Tucson, this was around a time that when he had just signed Lynch, dude. And
Right.
I remember Season of the Sick was probably one of my favorite records back in the day.
Slaps
dog.
of human meat, motherfucker.
Dude,
like,
and I mean, that record got stolen from me. It got taken from me, and I always bought it. I always went and got it back again. I finally was like, no, I'm not losing this anymore.
Right.
Instead of taking a fucking hint, right? There I am.
it's not good for you.
Getting it. But I remember he was like preaching some like murder, kill, like some crazy shit on the stage.
Eating human flesh.
And I just remember sitting in the back, like we had just finished our set, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm looking at him, and I just remember tripping out, like, yo, this whole audience right now is saying this shit. You know, did you know that that's what they were chanting?
Yes, I knew.
Yeah,
but I didn't care.
Wow.
And you know what's crazy? I wasn't drunk. I wasn't high. I wasn't anything. I was high on adrenaline from a concert because that used to be one of my get offs.
Yeah.
Was go mosh pit and go wild at a show. And that's what I get from the gym now is that endorphin dump that you get from that. Yeah, man, I didn't know the impact it was going to have, but I'm saved. I'm baptized.
Yeah, that's cool.
From a young age. But by the time I got to go, like I went to my dad's to get sober off of the hard shit. He's like, hey man, are you saved? And I was like, yeah, you know I'm saved. I got saved here when I lived with you, you know? He's like, nah, but do you feel saved? And I said, not at all, man. The things that I've been through and going through right now. So we said the sinner's prayer and I was down on my knees. I went to stand up. I couldn't stand up. And I cried for a good 20 minutes.
Man.
Just rolling tears, not even crocodile, like sobbing tears. But when it was over, the weight that was lifted off my shoulders was crazy amazing. I've never felt that type of peace before, you know.
That's nuts, man. It's 100% true. It's just, it's incredible to hear. Like, you know, you even, like you said, you did have a sense of faith growing up, a little bit of it, you know, but you had never really had a relationship.
There you go. Yeah. I never pursued a relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
Never pursued it. I knew it was there. I knew that was that, right? But I'm like, but how much could it hurt to go play over here? And when I went to play over there, I played over there.
Did you ever have, were you ever Narcan or anything like that? Did you ever OD?
No.
Thank God nothing like that ever happened.
I mean, I might have probably should have been a couple times, but it was the pre-Narcan, pre-fentanyl days. So it was like, oh man, he just nodded real hard. But I probably wasn't breathing for a couple minutes. I never injected.
Yeah.
I always smoked it. I never injected anything into me.
Man, that's good, bro.
Yeah.
This treatment center, like, what made you want to go there? Like, what was it that drove you there? Did we talk about that already?
A little bit, yeah. But it was the disappointment in my mom's face. Literally hitting rock bottom. I was living in my truck, drinking myself to death.
Man.
Because I wasn't using hard drugs anymore. I was just drinking. So when I went to Texas and got sober off the hard stuff, I spent 3 years out there, came back, but out there I started drinking because drinking is legal and you can come home from work and have a drink. And then it just, one drink turned to two drink, turned into a bottle, turned into 2 bottles, turned into, I just drank all day.
Man.
Yeah. Doctor said, I said, hey, what's this pain I'm having right underneath my rib cage? It's weird. It just comes on. It feels like someone's picking me up by my rib cage. He said, you're having liver failure. So I said, no fucking way.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm 32 years old, man. What are you talking about? And he was like, how much do you drink? And I was like, a lot. He's like, exactly. You're killing yourself.
Man, that's scary, bro.
So I made the decision. I drove straight to detox. I Googled as quick as I could, nearest detox. Boom, boom, boom.
Found a spot.
Went and did it. And that was where I did my rehab. But I stayed 22 days.
Okay.
I didn't do a full month. Then I went straight from there into sober living. And I did a year in sober living, and then I managed my own house for half a year.
Wow, that's a good amount of time. Did you stay sober after that?
Oh yeah,
the one time.
Well, I mean, because I went to like the other places and tried to get sober, and then like one of the times I left after a full week of detox and went and picked up and got high from there, you know, because I didn't get the right treatment. I wasn't set in any NA groups. I didn't read any literature. They did not They were just like, here, sit here and deal with your detox.
It was not nurturing environment.
There was no nurturing environment. There was no information in my rehab. I got to do shadow work, man.
Wow.
I got to really know why. Get down to the root of the problem of why did you use? What are you trying to fill? Why? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you dig up so much stuff that you mentally block out when you do that shadow work. That's what will keep you sober. That's what will get you to the point where you're like, all right, now I'm at peace. You learn to forgive yourself and you learn to be selfish, and not selfish in a bad way. But if you can't take care of yourself and be happy all on your own, how are you going to have any type of a quality life?
Amen.
And if you want a family, if you want a wife, if you want a good career, you need to be sound and happy before you can go pursue those things.
Yeah.
So I had to get there first.
What advice would you give to somebody, who may be in that same type of predicament that you were in, right? Feels like there's no hope, feels like nobody understands them or has gone through the shit that they've gone through. Do you feel like there's a piece of advice you could give them, or do you feel like it's something they got to come to on their own?
I'm a firm believer in, you're not going to get sober for someone else.
Okay.
You're only going to get sober when you truly want to. Your mom and your dad and your grandma and everyone can put you through an intervention, but if you're doing it for them, it's usually not going to stick. You might get a couple good years, whatever, right? What's the statistic? 7 years is like in between the 1 and 7 year. Like you'll really know if you're going to stay.
Yeah.
For the long term. But my advice is, man, look inward. Pray to whatever God or whoever you believe, your higher power, as they say in the steps, find your higher power, surrender yourself and see. When God talks to me, I call it my intuition. When something says, hey, don't go through that door, that's my Lord talking to me. When someone says, hey, go help these people do this because they're really going home, but they just don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, Lord, let me live for you. Let me follow what you want me to do. And you just start reaping the benefits, So if you're stuck in a place where you're using and you want to get out, you almost have to change your entire surrounding, the people you have around you, where you're staying. If you're on the streets, go to a facility. Don't talk to no one. Just get right. Read.
Man.
Don't go in there and have the prison talks with people about how hard you were on the outside and how much fucking weight you used to push on the outside.
Yeah.
That's you're defeating the purpose.
Romanticizing it.
Yeah. Like, get real with yourself is all I can say. Just get real with yourself. Do you want it, or do you want to continue doing what you're doing? Because there's only 2 roads, bro.
Man. Well, was that a hard thing for you to be able to cut the bad fruit off of the tree once you were like ready? Was it still a bit of a struggle for you? Like how you said, having to change certain things up, not hanging out with the same friends anymore. I don't know if you still go to concerts anymore, stuff like that.
Kind of no.
No.
Not really. Well, now the people I want to see, like Jelly Roll, I would love to see him live, but he's in selling out arenas now. I used to see him when he was at Marquee Theater, and I was
really
right there back when he was rapping, Yeah, I slowly started changing small things. You can't do everything at once. You're going to set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole fitness thing. Like if you're overweight or something and you want to lose weight, you need to change this small habit. And once you have that habit changed, now change this small habit. And then now you have that changed. Boom. It's a domino effect. And then before you know it, you're eating clean every day. You stay consistent. You know what I mean? Your body's going to work for you. You got to know what fuel to put in there. So that's the same with your mental.
Yeah.
You got to, what are my triggers? Okay. What do I need to stay away from that's going to make me want to go use? For me, it's being alone, sitting. Okay. I'm a Cancer. So I do like to go home at the end of the day and just turn on my show, chill out and chill. But if I have a day off, I got to be doing something.
Got to. Yeah, that's a rough place to be.
Idle hands, devil's work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to be up and moving, doing something. And it keeps my mind off of, because I don't like my mind to wander or go circle in a circle in my head. It gets me thinking negative thoughts about myself, which aren't true.
Yeah. You go to meetings and stuff like that?
No, but there's a reason for it. I did the 90 and 90.
Okay.
When I got out, I made sure I went to, because at that time it was a lot of Zoom meetings.
Oh man, it was such a horrible time, bro.
Goodness, it was so weird.
So weird.
But I made myself go to the 90 and 90. I made myself share every single time. But the trend I started seeing, and no offense to the steps and the programs meetings, it was a lot of complaining, and then I didn't see any follow through action. The next week, it's the same complaint from the same person. I would share something and then go work on it, and then come back and be like, "This worked, but now I need to work on this." And it almost got to a point at the end where it was irritating me, and when I get irritated or mad, I want to get high. So I had to kind of walk away from it,
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. The reason why I ask is just because, shout out to Matt. I always got to give it to him because he's one of the hosts here. Mm-hmm. But he always says that recovery is a tailored suit.
Very much so.
So it's like what works for you may not work for me or work for you or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. That's 100% true.
Man. And how have the relationships and stuff in your life changed, bro? Do you have kids or anything like that?
I do. I have a daughter.
Yeah?
I have a daughter right here. Her name is Jade.
Jade. Shout out to Jade.
Shout out to Jade. My daughter is me incarnate.
Yeah.
So she's finding herself, and she's on the bad path right now.
Is she?
She is. And all I can really do is pray for her. I'm not going to go into detail on here we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
But, I didn't have her for 10 years, and then I got her back when I quit drinking. And
prayer warriors, man. That's what we need, right? Where two or more gather.
Everyone out there, please pray for Jade.
Absolutely.
That girl needs, she just needs the prayers and the good positive vibes.
And I think sometimes too, bro, just to offer some positive affirmations, I feel like, there's two different, I feel like sometimes, God makes you go down certain paths, or your higher power, whatever, makes you go down certain paths to bring you out to where you need to be at the right time.
Of course.
Right. And also the fact of the resilience that her own father could go through the struggles and still make it on the other side and be this loving, filled person full of faith and hope. Like it shows that it's possible to people that are living in those types of
100%. Yeah. And then like the romantic relationship side of after you get sober, is so weird.
Yeah,
so weird because I never had a relationship sober.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the dynamic got weird, and I was looking for this is it. We're gonna get married and have the kids and the house and the love story is gonna happen and blah blah blah. Right.
The Taylor Swift and Kelsey story.
Yeah, right. And we're gonna win every Super Bowl, baby. Like,
no struggles from now on.
Like as long as you're in the crowd, sweetheart, we got this. But I slowly had to learn that I was compromising myself to try and please a female.
Okay.
So there was a little bit of time there. Like my consistency in the gym was not there. My eating was not there. I take big pride. In the 2 years, I've lost 175 pounds.
Gee, bro, I don't remember you being big, dog.
I've always been, but I weigh 300 right now.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we hold our weight the same because I'm around the same weight right now too.
Yeah. Dude, you could tone up and be like, right now last time I got weighed 285.
Damn. Okay. I think we're around the same. Yeah. I went through the same type of thing. Not to make this about me, but
no.
I went through the same type of journey, bro. Where it was like intermittent fasting became a huge part of my life. Just eating better food or whatever. But I feel like for the first time in my life, I actually feel and look fit. Whereas before, I never was. It was just sloppy.
Hey, doesn't it feel weird now when we walk into a grocery store and a girl like kind of looks our way and we're like, is this something on my shirt or like?
Bro, I don't even notice. I'm like so bad about that shit.
I notice I get treated differently.
Really?
Yeah, like just off the cuff, you get treated differently when you're physically fit.
Oh man,
especially in sales, which I'm in sales.
Yeah,
I run a paint store.
That's crazy. I honestly like right now. I don't even feel healthy. If I have like a weekend where my wife and I are going and eating like bad food or something, I feel like a piece of shit. Come Monday, I feel like I'm back to 300 pounds, bro. It's just weird. I've never been able to feel like confident in myself with shit like that.
What was it? The last week. I had like 3 nights in a row where I didn't eat all day. Normally I eat 6 meals a day.
Man.
And that adds up to 415 grams of protein, like 300 grams of carbs. Really, I've tracked my food for a couple years now, and that's how I've done what I've done, right? But it's all clean. It's like plain rice, chicken, which sounds really boring, which it is boring. And
bro, seasonings, homie.
Oh, no. I'm hip to the seasoning game now. And the condiment game, dog.
Okay, there you go.
You can make a bowl of rice and chicken, a Spanish meal, or you can make it an Asian meal just with the right condiment. You can make it a cheeseburger.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Oh, man, I forgot I was going with it.
No, but doesn't it suck, though, when you're talking about condiments? Because this is the thing, too. We talked about the recovery from the substances, but food, bro, is a whole other subject when it comes to addiction. Like, for me, sugar, bro. Sugar's probably one of the worst addictions that I ever had. And you're trying to be healthy. Almost every condiment, everything that you're looking into, bro, it's like there's added sugar in almost everything.
You know those weirdos that are reading labels in the grocery store?
Yep.
That's me.
That's me too.
That's me now.
That's it. Yeah.
That's me now.
I can't get Prego sauce. I can't get ragu no more. I got to get Rouse, or I got to get like something that just has like extra virgin olive oil in it.
Baby Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce.
But that's cool though. So you got that. This was like the transition from you, like getting off of the substances, going to the concerts and stuff. So before we go into that, but the concerts, would you consider that kind of like a trigger for you now? Like you just don't be around those types of environments anymore?
I went to go see Cryptic Wisdom when he came.
Shout out to Cryptic.
Hey, shout out Cryptic Wisdom, my boy.
Yeah. I always call him my little brother, man.
Little brother.
Shout out to Cryptic.
Yeah. No, I got to spend some time, a couple years with him on the road, and he was a great guy.
That's when we first met.
That is when we met. Yeah, man. Club Red in Phoenix. Yeah, man. But yeah, I would still go to concerts if there was, like, I think I'm going to go see I Prevail, Hollywood Undead, and Hailstorm in August with my the guy I run my store with.
Okay, dope.
So, most likely, but I was getting sober, right? So I didn't want to be around a big group of people. I very much developed an introverted type thing. I'm extroverted when I want to go out and do something.
Yeah,
I'll go out and do it like this, and then I'm back.
You're back.
You know, I'm back to my bubble where I feel safe and I can control what's, one thing I got told in rehab: if you protect your gates, which is what you listen to, what you watch, who you talk to, the way you speak, the what you put out into the universe, the law of attraction, is very real. So protecting your gates, man. Like, I used to listen to ICP, and it was all about killing and getting high and Cottonmouth King, getting stoned, and you know what I mean? Like, all the
you got a lot of bands, bro. I'm noticing you got a lot of bands.
Yeah, they're all over me.
That's cool.
Got my Hatchet Man up there.
Cryptic, you better give this dude some free records for the rest of it. He got your logo right on his hand right there.
Nah, he was there.
That's cool. Was he?
He was there. We were at the promoter's house in Ohio.
Damn, that's what's up, man.
You know what was funny is I got out of the tour van and I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I got to set up a stage here in like 2 hours, 3 hours, right? Like, man, an energy drink ain't going to do it.
You rode on the bus like with them?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
I traveled.
With Bayog and all them?
Oh, yeah. Bayog. Him and I almost fought a couple times.
That dude's, I love him, bro. He's
big
crazy.
ass old guy.
I love that.
I know you're listening, Bayog. I love you.
I love him, bro. He's cool as shit. The last stint, man, when we did the tour was my favorite. I had such a blast.
Did you go to Canada?
No, I was on after Canada.
Okay, they wouldn't let me in Canada.
They wouldn't let you?
DUI.
What the fuck was his name?
Michael Fox.
Michael Fox, but who was the one that had like a record they wouldn't let into Canada when they were trying to go this last time? It was an artist, but he was like, he had a record here, like a criminal record, and they were giving him a hard time.
Murder D or something?
No.
White boy with the goatee?
No, this was before Murder D came, before he met him. Maybe you went on an after tour.
I went on the Spread the Wisdom tour and the One Take Takeover tour.
What year was that?
So when he had his mohawk and his 2000
before wisdom teeth?
15? No, his wisdom teeth were out.
Oh, okay.
He had them all tattooed on his chest.
Yeah.
No, I want to say 2015 was the.
That's crazy. That's so cool though, man. I mean, I get an opportunity to talk about that life a lot. That was fun. That was good times.
Nah, it was great, man. And what was so super cool, the law of attraction. Let's go back to that for a second.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Cryptic. I would just like flood him on Facebook. I would promote for free.
Yeah.
I was promoting his music to my friends and whatnot. And then I saw a post one day and it says, hey, does anyone know how to run a merch booth? Because I need this, right? And I was like, yo, I used to sell ADT home security door to door, dude. I know how to sell things. I've been in sales. So he gave me a shot. He brought me out on tour. And I helped with the stage, and I was so good at that, I guess, that the next go around, he's like, all right, you're stage.
That's cool.
Because I can control, like, and it was funny. I had pep talks with Bayog and everyone helping. I'm like, hey, if I get short with you, or if I yell at you, or if I'm like, my tone is different, and you think I'm mad, I'm not. I'm just trying to get the job done. Once the job's done, Finney, the happy guy's back. But until then,
you just got shit to do.
I'm like, bro, move your ass, dog. Like,
yeah, that's funny.
I'm like, hey, Bayog, that light over there, I need it right now. And a few shows before that, he wasn't feeling it. He was like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm speaking loud enough to where you can hear and understand me, sir.
I have a lot of passion and emotions in my voice right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you know not to get too far off topic, but did you know Justin Babel, tour manager?
Oh yeah, Justin Ill.
I'm talking about Justin from Wisconsin. He was like the tour manager. He was on when I was there.
What's his last name?
Babel, Babel.
Let me see. We're gonna check the book.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, so we became really good friends on the road, and so my wife ended up marrying him and his wife when they got together and shit. So
Really?
it's just cool, the relationships that have come from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
To happen.
Who was it? Futuristic. His older brother. That we met in, I want to say Minneapolis. That we did the show with him there.
I didn't know he had an older brother.
Yeah. Well, he's got like two older brothers. One's a producer. One's a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got a few like siblings. When COVID happened, I ran a podcast almost every day for about a year for him.
No shit.
Yeah. And we had Futuristic on as a guest. We had a bunch of like, it was a music podcast,
That's cool.
We needed something to do during the pandemic where you're locked down. So everything became digital. Everything became content related,
Man. Yeah, man. That's crazy. Well, that's really, really cool, man. And so going back, and I'm going to have to cut certain things and bring things certain in, but
you're good.
Working out, like you said, this has been like a huge change for you. This is something that you never really did up until you got sober. So now it's just taking over your life.
I never lifted a weight on purpose.
Wow.
Until I got sober.
Man, that's dope though.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, all right, I'm always up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm always up. I'm like, what can I do this early? There's 10 other guys in this house that are all sleeping. What do I do? Okay, so I went out and I bought the book, The Secret.
Okay.
And the workbook to go with it. I would wake up. I would do my Bible study. I would do a work out of The Secret, which is the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go to the gym. And then I would go to work. And then I'd come home, go to bed, do it all over again. It was finding the routine that made me the most happy. You know what I mean? And I had to throw in my God in there, of course. You're supposed to begin the day and end the day. That's what it says in the book. So,
yeah.
I was like, all right, let's do it right this time. Let's see if it actually works if you put effort into doing it right. And I did. And all these seeds I planted then, I'm reaping now.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing. One of the things to keep in mind for anybody listening is they say God works in seasons. He does not work from one moment to the next, right? So seeds that you are planting in the summer may not be ready for a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to just the way that God goes from the summer, spring, winter, fall, like that. That's how he moves too, is in seasons.
And nothing's going to happen unless it's when he wants it to happen. And it's kind of sidebar, but say you pray for something like, God, give me more patience. He's going to give you an opportunity to be patient. He's going to give you an opportunity to be patient. You know what I'm saying? He's going to, hey, I have a problem with anger. Lord, help me with that. He's going to put you in a situation where you need to control your anger.
Man. No shortcuts, no cheat codes,
Not
bro.
at all, dude. And you know what? I'm the one that I look for those, like with the fitness thing. I was like, there's got to be, short of roids.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to get big and lean out and like,
Bro,
nope.
You think about that shit. I have some family members that want to get that surgery for the stomach. I had a homegirl who did that a few years ago, bro.
She dangerous, right?
Dude. She felt suicidal. Oof. You know what I mean? You got to think, if you're using food as a coping mechanism to get rid of these emotions whenever you're feeling stressed, and then you can't do it, you know, feeling suicidal, all these different things, and then you have these people right now that are like super into this Ozempic shit. Like, bro, there's got to be some sort of a repercussion.
I've heard bad about Ozempic,
bro.
Like,
no cheat
codes. It messes with your head, bad. Like,
yeah, man.
My goodness. To be honest, thermodynamics is all you got to know. Calories in to calories out. If you are overweight and you want to drop weight, you need to eat small meals every 3 hours, and you're going to turn on your metabolism. And then it's going to be weird, but you're going to find yourself hungry at that 2.5 hour mark.
Yep.
And you're going to be like, man, I just have 4 meals. What?
Yeah.
You know, but that's how it works, and that's how you sustainably take off the weight, instead of crash dieting where you do the keto or you do the paleo or whatever you're gonna do, and you can't continue it. You can't keep it going for long term. That weight's just gonna come right back.
Man, we touched a lot of different subjects. We talked about the health. We talked about, you know, where you're at now, full of faith and hope, and you know, on the other side of the addiction. Is there anything else, bro? Like, do you feel like we should chop it up about it? Or any advice, anything like that?
Let me say this. And Jelly Roll's my boy, so I'm gonna say the losers are winning. I was the one that wasn't supposed to be nothing. At least how I feel, right?
Yeah.
Like, I effed my life off for long enough. I should not have been able to be anything. I went from living in my truck to having a condo on a golf course and running a paint store in 2 years.
Jeez.
Losing almost 200 pounds out of sheer willpower and the grace of God.
Amen.
Amen.
Bro, that's beautiful. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, get up out your seats and give a huge round of applause to our homeboy, Daniel Finney.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Prayer warriors, man. My boy came all the way down from Scottsdale, Phoenix. Where you from? From Scottsdale, and he came and shared his story with you guys. I hope and pray, you know, they say where 2 or more gather, that he is there. So I hope and pray that this story hit you and that it spoke to you, man. You know, I ask that you please, if you know a friend or a loved one, somebody in recovery or somebody who just needs some motivation, have them hit us up. I would love to get them in the studio to come share their testimony. You know, if you guys got any positive affirmations or love you want me to share to my boy Vinny or whatever, hit us up. I'll make sure he gets it. But until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Much love. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Buddha from the Arcast, and I just wanted to thank you for checking out this week's episode. It means a lot, and if you could share it with a friend or a loved one, somebody you need in recovery, or maybe somebody who just needs that little bit of extra positivity in their life, we'd greatly appreciate it. If you would like to join us here on the Arcast, either in the studio live or online, hit us up. The links are down in the show notes of this episode, and on there, you can find direct links to our main website here at Americas Rehab Campus and all of our social media platforms. Follow us. We keep the posts positive and motivational, focused on recovery, health, and wellness. As you know, in this modern day and age, we need as much love as possible, y'all. And as always, if you or somebody you know is in need of substance abuse treatment, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We're open 24 hours a day, and our direct phone number is 1-833-272-7342. Once again, that phone number is 1-833-272-7342. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Much love and God bless. Peace.